Hey there, welcome back to another Guitar Basics series at Pass the Guitar Live. My name is David Cordero, and in this video, we're gonna learn how to play D major, or like some other people like to call it, D chord. And if you don't know how to read a chord diagram or what a chord diagram is, check out this video. And if you know, you're ready to move on, let's dive right in. All right, take a look at the chord diagram. You see here that we're gonna have to skip or not play strings number 6 and 5, and that we have to use 3 fingers to play D major, fingers number 1, 2, and 3. So we're gonna place finger number 1, which is our index, on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, finger number 2 on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and finger number 3 on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. That's basically what the chord diagram is asking us to do. However, there are some other considerations. It is really important that you remember that your thumb shouldn't be that far high up, and although sometimes I do have my thumb up there, for beginners it's really important that you bring your thumb down to give support right behind the chords. The other thing is that immediately after you get those fingers in place, you might still not get the right sound for the chord, even if you're pressing as hard as you can, like in this case. Well, every time you're placing your hand and your fingers on the fretboard, you gotta consider some things. First of all, you have to try to get your fingers as close to the fret on to your right as possible, as you can see here. And for you, if you are a beginner, it might not be as easy to bring the 3rd finger there in the beginning. But trust me, you're gonna slowly work the stretch in between the fingers to be able to bring the 3rd finger all the way to close to this fret here on the right. The first thing you should do when checking if you have the chord right is to play one string at a time. And since we're skipping strings number 5 and 6, we're gonna start from the 4th. There we go. We're getting some muted notes here. Why is that? There are some things that we need to consider. First of all, if you're not hearing the 4th string for any reason because it's open, it's because probably your index, your finger number 1, it's placed too far up. So you gotta have to move it down so it's more of the tip of the finger that's actually pressing on the string, not the flat area of the finger like this. Because if I do this, I'm gonna end up muting the 4th string and maybe even the 1st string in some cases. So tip of the finger. Let me see if I have my D major. My 4th string is open. It sounds great. Now do I have my 3rd? Yes, I do. How about if I have my finger over here? It might be buzzing a little bit. So remember that I have to bring this finger all the way close to the fret to get a cleaner sound. So checking back again, 4th string's good. 3rd string, good. 2nd string, good. How about the 1st? It sounds like it's being muted. And a lot of times that can happen because this finger is too flat. In order for you to get this finger in the proper position, you gotta move your hand forward a little bit, like your knuckles forward. Not too much because you don't wanna curve your wrist so you don't hurt yourself, but just enough so that you have a good arch. And if you have a good arch, you're gonna get that note. And this note is one of the hardest notes to get out of D major. Many beginners will struggle getting that note to ring, and most of the time is the position of the hand. So if you just adjust, just bring it a little bit forward, and then you get a better arch out of your third finger, leaving room for that note on the first string to ring. And don't forget, you need to use the tips for all of the fingers, because if you're using the flat part here, you may even block the third string and the first. Always use the tip of your fingers, which means that this is where in your fingers the strings are gonna go. Okay, now that we have everything in place, we can try to strum all of the strings, but don't forget, we need to skip strings number 6 and number 5. And then we have a full D major. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe, click on that bell, and like the video because your support is extremely important for us. My name is David Cordero, and I'll see you on another video.